Hi, here I am with Yolanda for a special edition of Tub Talk. We decided to do the interview outside of the tub because we didn't want her to melt. But we're in the sun, and she's sparkly and gorgeous, and she just did her Yolanda Gospel Hour brunch for the end of Bear Weekend, and it was brilliant. So Yolanda, welcome.
Thank you.
So happy to be here.
Yay. So tell me, what is your take on queer spirituality?
Wow, that's a great question because I actually feel like the LGBT community, that we are the sort of spiritual conscience of the human race. I really do believe that, and that as we recognize our spiritual power, it helps pull the human race forward. I mean, you know, queer people are shamans and healers and expressions of the divine. We all are. But I totally understand now that our purpose here is one of leadership and not, you know, hiding or anything like that. And I really do believe that as we come into our own personal power and connection to spirit, whatever that means to each one of us, because it's different for everyone, obviously, that's how a lot of healing will happen on this planet.
Beautiful.
So I'm really, yay, queer spirituality.
Yes.
I mean, it heals the world, you know?
One of your lines in the concert, forgive me if I get it wrong, something about embodying the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine held together in the hands of love.
Yes.
Talk more about that, and how do you embody it as a persona?
Oh, thank you. Well, as I journeyed through, well, I'm going to back up a little bit because when I was really young, and I was born and raised in Alabama in the church, and got saved, you know, when I was young, and that was really meaningful to me. It wasn't about going to hell or not going to hell or going to, well, all that. It was my way of understanding that I had a connection to the divine, you know. And as I made my journey through as a child, my first thing that I ever wanted to be was a music minister, you know. And then, and I started on that journey, and sometime around college was when I awakened to my, you know, sexuality, my fabulous sexuality, because I fell in love with one of the band members, the banjo player. And so that started a chain of events that led me out of the church and out of my first love for gospel music and stuff, and took me to New York, and all of these things happened, and I met the Radical Fairies, and, you know, my life became like an amazing, you know, I became a drag queen, and so my life took this amazing turn. So when I met my husband, and we decided that we would start again on the conscious spiritual path, that led us to us both to seminary, One Spirit Interfaith Seminary, and during that process, I at first thought, well, you know, Yolanda's over, I'll put that away. And then as I was working with one of my mentors there, he said, please don't throw Yolanda away. You know, so during that process of integration, I really began to embrace the divine masculine and the divine feminine. You know, sometimes we get into this thing where, you know, we want to be uber masculine as gay men or whatever, or uber feminine as gay. So we polarize, you know. And my whole thing, certainly over the last 3 years for sure, since seminary, has been to integrate everything rather than to separate it out. So mostly I use my full name, which is Reverend Roger Anthony Yolanda Mapes, because I think for me it's important to pull the balance in, you know, and say I am masculine, I am feminine, all at the same time, you know, and I'm not afraid of any of it. In fact, I embrace it, and that is what we all are really, you know, just to varying degrees of expression. So my thought is that I am the divine masculine and the divine feminine in the arms of love. You know, that's how I say it.
What a divine gift to bring that message to all of us. And I understand you followed the Course of Miracles.
Yes.
What are some of its lessons that you might be able to share briefly?
A Course in Miracles has changed my life and changed my husband's life, and really has given us a way to empower ourselves. And the main lesson in A Course in Miracles is about forgiveness and how to let go of grievances and move on, you know, and not blame anybody for the occurrences in your own life, you know, but to really take the responsibility that you can. I'm of the mind that we call into our existence the experiences that we need in order to grow and to expand consciousness. So A Course in Miracles has really helped me understand that nobody did anything to me. It was what I brought into my experience, and I learned to forgive. And the forgiveness is for me. When I forgive my father, or when I forgive my principal of my elementary school who used to tease me and stuff, I realized that forgiveness is for me. It releases me. And, I'm able to say thank you to them. I'm able to say thank you to my mother now, and that she doesn't understand. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter what people don't understand about me, What matters is that I can forgive that, and I can move forward and just, be the divine expression of love that I want to be,
So powerful.
Yeah.
So your relationship to Easton is fairly new. I understand.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you see Easton as a place for queer spirituality?
Oh God, yeah. I've known about Easton for many, many years, and of course I was very involved in the Radical Fairies Destiny Lodge in the Radical Fairies in Vermont, and that's was a major portion of my life. And of course, at the same time, we knew about Easton Mountain, but I was so busy in Vermont that I never got a chance to come over here, and just things changed and time went by, and my dear friend Freddie Freeman moved here, and I was like, well, it's time for me to visit Easton Mountain, So I came in this past October, and I realized, wow, what a beautiful place. I mean, we're all doing the same work, the fairies, everybody at Easton Mountain, the queer spirituality movement, we're all doing the same work. We're healing ourselves of our wounds, and so Easton Mountain is incredibly powerful. I mean, it attracts all the right people that need to be here, and there's so many things that are happening here, different ways of addressing issues and wounds and this, that, and the other that we have and that we carry. And I've seen in the crowd here this weekend how people have just felt so free, So this is what I call a prayed up space, what I mean?
I love that.
You just walk in here and you're feeling it. You're just like, oh, okay, I'm safe here, I'm safe here. And that feels very good to me, very comforting, and I'll be back as often as I can.
Good, we want you to. All right, well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much, Yolanda.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.